In this video today, we'll discuss how do we end the Israel-Iranian conflict. A lot of people are mistaken to think that the Israel-Iranian conflict is part of the larger Israeli-Arab or Israeli-Palestinian conflict, but that's not true. Iranians are not Arabs, they're Persians. That's two totally separate things. They speak a different language. Now, some Iranians are Muslim, but that doesn't make them Arabs, just like an American Muslim is not an Arab. So how do we end this conflict with Iran? And unfortunately, Iran is ruled by fundamentalist Islamic. I'm sorry to say, but really fanatics. The Ayatollah Khamenei is just a person who is unstable, and it really has plans for the world that can be described as nothing less than evil. The really only way to end the Israeli-Iranian conflict is for a regime change in Iran, or of course, if the current regime in Iran completely changes what it stands for. But otherwise, the Iranian regime, currently the government that rules it, currently stands for the annihilation of Israel. There's not much negotiating you can do with somebody that stands for your annihilation. So the end of the conflict is only going to come when there's regime change in Iran. And by the way, many of the Iranian people are friendly with Israel. They have no problems with Israel. They're Western. They have a Western mindset, and they'd be perfectly happy to have good relationships with Israel. But unless there's regime change in Iran, that seems to be the only way that the conflict between Israel and Iran could possibly end. Okay, shalom.